Manchester United through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, courtesy of goals from Martial and, of course, Edison Cavani that came up trumps for Manchester United again at Goodison Park. It's almost 12 months away from home in domestic competitions without defeat for Manchester United. Another semi-final for Ole Gunnar Solskjær to try and push past the barrier. It was a tough game tonight at times. There's some controversy as well. No VAR meant that Edison Cavani stayed on the pitch for what looked like a red card offence for violent conduct. In the end, Man United had too much for Everton. We want your views. We want your opinions. Smash that like button now. Here we go. Yes. Welcome back to the football terrace. Man United are through. Manchester United win again away from home. Edison Cavani's goal, sublime. Showed after having, an average night, I would say. An average night overall. The whole Man United team were average tonight. I'm not going to blow things out of proportion, but winning when you're not particularly great is important. Equally, Everton weren't that great either. This wasn't like Man United were awful and Everton were the bad boys. They were dominating. United good for the opening 25 minutes and then just kind of lost their way a little bit. But they win 2-0 in the end. Could have been 3 or 4 at the end of the game. Bruno hitting the post. Rashford missing from close range. But then, of course, Rashi stepping up, setting up Anthony Martial for the second goal. But Man United go through, along with Man City, Tottenham, and Brentford to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. And that is the most important thing here. Let us not get it twisted. The most important thing for Manchester United this evening was to progress through to the next round, and we did it. And I said in the previous stream today that I wasn't that worried about getting into the final. I wasn't too concerned it would be a bonus. And I was thinking about it while watching the game. I'm lying to myself. There's 2 things that I want to see Man United do this year is progress. Getting past the semi-final is one of those moments. Winning a trophy is the second. This is a great opportunity for Man United with this new squad who are in tremendous form to get themselves to a final. That breaks one of those barriers for Ole of not winning semi-finals. And then you move into a one-off game where you can walk away with silverware. Again, that gets another monkey off of Ole's back in many, many ways. And so for that reason, I've changed my mind with the Carabao Cup. I think it's something we need to go for. I think it's a competition we need to try and win, especially being out of the Champions League and doing well in the Premier League at this moment in time. Overall, Man United with a better team. Man United deserved to win. We had the better opportunities and chances. I just wish we'd been more clinical tonight. Some of our play, some of our approach play and the build-up play, the interchange from Man United was good. Equally, there were some brain fart moments. A couple of times Matic and Pogba giving the ball away in the middle. Bruno, as usual, a few times sloppily giving the ball away. Maguire near the end, absolute calamity. Man like Bailly stepped up and saved him. One thing I will say as well, Twain to be a little bit better on the ball than AWB. Just saying. I love AW. Twain to be good on the ball, Good on the ball. But United go through. When all is said and done, Manchester United go through. A comment here says Tuanzebe was fire. He was tonight. I thought he was very, very good tonight, Tuanzebe, along with Eric Bailly. Listen, I would like nothing more than Eric Bailly, because of his athleticism and his physicality, to be more consistent in his play and stay fit. Because tonight, when we needed some pace to get us out of trouble at the back, man stepped up and used it. You know what I mean? That's when pace is an attribute that you award people for having outside of his defensive ability. He had an Eric Bailly moment as well when he took out Richarlison. Hope he's well. I hope he's fine. I hope he's safe as well in relation to that. But yeah, a weird night tonight, but I'm happy we go through. The draw's coming up very soon as well. We're going to be giving you the results of that draw live on the air. Make sure you're smashing that like button for us. Really important that gets done. But through to another semi-final. The big question is, can Ole motor on forward? Before we get the panel involved, I want to go through some of your comments here. Oh, here we go. Liverpool getting gassed about the Carabao Cup. How the mighty have fallen. Do you know what, bruv? I remember Liverpool fans waxing lyrical about the Carabao Cup. I remember you guys loving it, bruv. I remember you celebrating a fake treble, bruv, that was part of it. That and the Europa League. Oh, we're doing a treble. So don't get too big for your boots, James Meow Mucker. Secondly, winning a trophy for Man United and pushing these boundaries is what we need to move ourselves back to that level. It's very hard to start winning major trophies without experiencing at least finals of the smaller trophies first to build up experience. This squad is not full of a vat of winners. So, listen, you're never going to upset Man United fans by saying that. It's weak banter. But as you remember, I thought I'd give it a little bit of attention because you do contribute very, very well to this channel. If Martial is good, why are you relying on old man Cavani to carry you? Is that your attempt at banter? Is that your attempt at banter, bruv? Because that is as weak as gnat's piss. Rotation, brother. I mean, I know you know that. 3E Boss 2003. Come on. If you're going to try and banter me, if you're going to try and get under my skin, as Frank Sinatra would say, you've got to do a lot better than that. That is weak, bruv. Honestly, come on, man. Another member letting the side down there with DB, bruv. Dead banter FC. Super chat here says, so called PE teacher, right, Terry? Ridiculous, bro. Ollie at the wheel. Bruv, I'm going to call Ollie. The better Ollie gets, the more I'm going to call him the PE teacher. Because everyone knows my thoughts on Ollie. I'm still not convinced he can win us a major trophy. But I'll back the man and praise him when he wins. Tonight, very, very good. Great team selection. Started off well. Team went a little bit rusty. The team not being clinical is not his fault. And they come good in the end. The substitutions worked. You know, the substitutions got an assist each and a goal. Man always gets told bad game management in the mud. In fact, I'm in the mud though, because I said Cavani would be a trash signing and he's making me look like a right plonker, a proper plonker. The other question tonight as well we want to pose, we're going to get the ball to talk about it. Should Cavani have been sent off? That needs to be debated. My personal opinion is yes. And let me state this. I hate football without VAR. City would have beaten Arsenal last night anyway. But City got a goal last night that shouldn't have stood, clearly offside. United tonight got away with one. Cavani should have been sent off. No VAR. You see how VAR has been saving football for the last 18 months? But I don't think we've realised. Teams don't score goals that are offside anymore. You don't get goals disallowed anymore that are onside. Players don't get away, generally speaking, with violent conduct. Oh, VAR is ruining football. I bet you every single Blue-Nose Scouser tonight is like, VAR. I bet there's VAR. They're all asking for VAR, bruv. Every single one of them. But yet, it's ruining football. It's ruining football. That's not. Bring VAR back. Get it into every single game. A few more super chats here. 2 games on the bounce. United start fast and on the front foot. Ollie has the boys playing, is what Malik Dallas. That's a name, bruv. That should be a Hollywood star. You know what I mean? The new James Bond played by Malik Dallas. I love that name, bruv. That's quality, my brother. I can't pronounce that name. I can't do that at all. But it says Milan scored a last-minute winner. Now 10 points off Juve. Milan and United had declined around the same time. Now both serious contenders in the league. Man United are not contenders. That's like saying Voldemort's name, bruv. That's like saying Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror in a dark room. Don't say it yet. Tim here says, Arsenal fan here, but I always love tuning into the Football Terrace after every game. Keep up the great work, Terry. Tim Gallagher, thank you, my brother. Let's get the panel involved, people. Let's get the debates going. But smash the like button, sign up to the Discord server, and subscribe. The link's in the description below for all those things. Become a member and sign up to the Football Terrace Clips channel, co-owned 50-50 by myself, a man like KJ. Let's get the panel involved. Let's do this. Arsenal fans, are you here? I want to speak to some Arsenal fans again tonight because I just like talking to them. Merry Christmas. Everyone's in. I got a panel for happy United fans, you know. Man like I'm not even calling Cavani tonight. He's not our Matador. He is bloody the Undertaker after that in that game. But we're through to the semi-final, boys. I'm going to go to KJ first of all. A little ropey at times, but you're happy to be in another semi-final under Ole Gunnar, the PE teacher, Solskjær.
Yeah, man. It was we got what we deserved in the end, and that's the most important thing. We started off really well, didn't take our chances, rode our luck a bit at times in terms of even Everton's build-up play wasn't that great, and both teams got into this point where it was like, who's making the more mistakes? Let's have a competition. And it was just back and forth, people just losing the ball everywhere. But we came good in the end. Oi, man, like Hawkeye, bro, the underrated Avenger, fam. You see this? But that goal was amazing. And you know what? I am guilty of doubting the siding, not because I thought Cavani was crap. I questioned his injury record, but the way that he came really covered my eyes and made me in my feelings about Cavani. But he's been great so far. I've got no problems with him. And yeah, Martial getting a goal to boost his confidence after that falling over on that chance. And yeah, it's been beautiful. And can we just say, Tuanzebe and Bailly, love you guys. Eric Bailly is one of my favorite footballers at United, yeah, because he's freaking hilarious. Why he does what he does on a football pitch, I do not know, but I love it. And Tuanzebe, the reason why you asked the question, Terry, is he better on the ball than AWB? He is, because he's a more talented footballer than AWB. It's just where he is, and I'm looking forward to see him progress.
I hear you on that one. I've just seen a replay of the Cavani incident in slow-mo. Didn't have the guy's throat. He had and was pushing him here. So yeah, no red card in my opinion. A little bit aggressive, but I'm not gonna lie. I do like seeing my players. I'm like,
listen, you know what it is here for me? It's the way Mina went down. Mina was going down as getting baptized, fam. You know what I'm saying? My man just went straight backwards, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
110%. I'm gonna go to Aaron. Aaron's always back the signing of Cavani. He stepped up tonight for Manchester United. Another semi-final. No defeat away from home domestically for nearly 12 months now. Things are getting better at Man United, aren't they?
This is mad. Yeah, I knew the stat, but I didn't know it was that mad. But yeah, man, a good win today. Great goal from Cavani. I've been telling guys, with him, you just have to be patient. Yes, he hasn't played in over a year. He hasn't played competitive football like everyone should have. And the French competition was locked off early. But this guy still has it in him. Like, he hasn't lost it. We seen it today, man. We saw it today. Got the pass from Martial, two touches with his right foot, and then just bang, left foot. This guy's he knows how to score goals. He knows where the goal is, and great goal from him again today. And also the link-up play today was very, very good. He pressed from from up front as well. There was a few times where he actually, made sure that they lost the ball because he was pressing them. And he could have scored at the start when Olsen made that mistake, to be fair. Pickford could have played today because Olsen was terrible. But yeah, man, I'm happy with this. Through to the semi-finals. And what I'm happy about, the most important thing I'm happy about, apart from the win, is I'm getting used to it now. Like, it's coming to the point where I'm getting used to it again, where, you see, Van der Beek and Greenwood went off, Martial and Rashford come on. So you're not worried. If this was last season, that would have been what? Pereira and
Lingard.
Do you see what I mean? Now, we can play games now, yeah? We can start Cavani and Greenwood. They can have a bad game, quote unquote, or Van der Beek, or Greenwood in this instance. Take them off. Okay, cool. Martial and Rashford, go do your business. And that's what I'm most happy about, bro. Like, the depth in the squad is, if we do win this thing, I think that's going to be the difference maker. The depth in squad that we have.
Aaron, we made 9 changes from the weekend, and a lot of Man United fans will tell you that this team was stronger than the one on Saturday. That's the position our squad is in now, where we can make 9 changes and we still go into the game like, yeah, we should win this game against Everton, who put out a very, very strong side today. Very strong. That's the position we should be in as Manchester United, and we haven't been in for so long. So it's good to be able to go into this game. We don't really care who actually gets goals out there for the team, and we're just comfortable. We're just happy.
And I want to pull on something that's
Terry. I want to talk to Terry. Listen, I'm here, Terry. I got a few things to say to you.
Say it, brother.
Listen, first and foremost, I'm going to make a declaration today. Yeah, 21st, Wednesday, the 21st. Yeah. I am not resting until you are Ole in. Yeah. I'm not resting until you, put up a big banner next time one of these videos come on and it says Teza Oli in. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I will not rest. I'm gonna sleep every night with this wish, bro. Yeah. Let me tell you, you know what my man just said? 9 changes. We made 9 changes, yeah? All right. I still think we need another 2-3 games until my theory is correct, yeah? But listen to the theory here now, yeah? You know, in the beginning, all this tinkering job was going on. All this, he doesn't know his best starting 11. We don't know the we're going to play in, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The game plan was, you know what? I'm going to make sure every single one of these men get game time. Yeah?
Preach.
And every single one of these men get game time, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, let the fans hate. Yeah, let everyone say, "I'm gonna give them game time. Gonna give them actual form, get them on form, get them fit." So by the time the games come thick and fast, yeah, Carabao Cups, yeah, your FA Cups are gonna start coming in. We should have been in the Champions League. All right, Europe's gonna come. Yeah, we got Premier League games every 3 days, 4 days. By the time, and everyone else has got a.
Preach.
Everyone else has got a strong 11. Man United are out here with a strong 22, bro.
Let's go.
Bro, do you know what I'll say is this? Like the Ole, I've been for a while now. I'm neither Ole in or Ole out in terms of the groups of people as such. I will back Ole 100% in every game he starts. I'll criticize where I need to. I'm never hyperbolic with it in the sense of it's never like there's no tactics or it's all on Ole. I always try and be balanced in that. For me to get into that space, I know you want me to get in. I understand where you're coming from. It's about breaking a few more barriers. So it's taking a few more initiative moments in the league when we've got a chance to jump into second. We've got like say Liverpool drop points in a game they play before us during this Christmas period. We then seize that and beat Wolves and go within 2 points of the game in hand. I'll start believing. We get past the semi-final. And if we get drawn away against City and get away, it's only one leg in this semi-final this time around, and we get to a final, okay, that's another barrier broken. The one thing I will praise Ole for in this last 12 months, and I always go back to this date, we lost back-to-back games to Liverpool and Burnley, and that was when the Ole out movement was at its height. I've tweeted about this before my account got suspended for calling Woodward all sorts of madness. I succumbed to the peer pressure of everybody and I was weak and I went, gotta sack him, get him out. I blamed Ole for more than I should have done. Since that point until now, Man United domestically have been the best team in England in terms of win percentages, away records, etc. There is no doubt about it. It's all pretty much factual and we are getting better. So I'm at a point and I pull on what Aaron's saying there. I'm going into these games now and I'm nervous because I want to win. But I feel relaxed. We're winning games. Winning is a habit. Winning is a habit. And I don't know the last time we went, not just 8 games unbeaten, but 8 games unbeaten where we've now, you know, I said to you a few weeks ago, guys, I'm saying I weren't worried about conceding that first goal. There was a little blip thing. That would move on for me. And we've now done that. The last 2 games, we've asserted ourselves. We've been more aggressive from the beginning. If we keep doing this another 4, 5, 6 games, I know my mindset will change because I'll see a difference in my team. It won't be blindly following Ole. It will be, I can see something now. Me, I'm a, you know, it's, you know, I make sort of choices in my personal life. I'm a seer more than a believer. Once I see it, I'll believe it. I want to go to bits and bobs here. Bits and bobs. Good victory in the end. That's 3 games in the Carabao Cup. No goals conceded so far in this tournament. We're into a semi-final. Do you think it's imperative for Ole to now get to that final and win this tournament?
Yo, shout out to the man then, by the way. Big up Terry. Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs. Listen, yeah, people are calling this guy P teacher. People are calling him Frodo Baggins. I was one that called him Frodo Baggins. Listen, yeah, respect this P teacher, yeah. Listen, that's another fixture away we've won. But listen, like you said, Terry, we've got to the semi. Cool story, right? Brilliant. Now let's get to the final. Do you know what I mean? Break that barrier, change the mentality, and let's win the cup. Now, people are at me saying it's a rubbish cup, it's this, it's a horrible cup, blah, blah, blah. Shut your mouth, you're not in it. Do you know what I mean? Cups are there to be won. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. We're in it, and we're in the conversation to win this trophy. So let the man do what he's doing. Let him carry on rotating, because you rotate, the camp is happy. We keep winning. Everyone is contributing. There's no beef, there's no problems. So, rivals, shut your mouth. Ole outers, shut up, back your team, yeah? And let Ole do his thing and watch him. I'll take my thoughts. Watch him win this trophy. That's all I'm going to say on it, Terry.
I hear you on that, Cam. Obviously, you're watching. It's still nice and early in the day for you over there in Canada. Another win, as we say, a great opportunity to win this trophy with still some big teams in it as well, to really get this, hopefully, like a trophy-laden era underway with these players. How impressed were you with the performance and the victory tonight? And do you think we've got the capabilities to win this tournament?
It's slowing down, but yes, I think we more than have the capabilities to go on and win something. The only team I'm worried about at this point is going to be City because, you know, the respect I have for them. But I United fans, Terry, KJ, I'm your shaman, I'm your therapist, I'm your support, because in the chat, I can feel the stress when we're not scoring. And I was telling you guys the whole time, I wasn't worried. We're just better than these teams now. All he has is playing like a unit. Whether it's the first or second team, whatever you want to call them, I don't think we have an A and B team. I think we have a 1A and a 1B team, and he picks the teams based on what the other team's going to do. Today, we saw absolute dominance, in my opinion. We looked terrible in the second half, but the first half was beautiful. It was beautiful. We had complete control of the game. At no point did I feel like we were going to lose that game because of how well we played in the first half. The second half, yeah, it got a lot of errors, a little edgy or whatnot. But the whole time I was sitting there being like, there's too much quality on the pitch and there's too much quality that's going to come on. And we saw it it was just beautiful. And here's a shout out to Lincoln, Depth FC, man. Like, you look over and you've had a hard time dealing with Axel was amazing going down the right-hand side. Then you see Martial coming on, you see Rashford coming on. And if you're already tired, they're bringing on Tom Davies. Man, like Tom Davies, I'm like, that doesn't strike any fear in my heart. When Richarlison went out, I was like, it's over. It's done. I'm like, you have no quality left on the pitch that can stand with our man. And I think United fans need to start looking at our team player by player and start understanding that the quality is real. There's no more, oh, we're not playing up to our potential. Look at what these guys are doing on the pitch.
Cam, I don't think anyone's ever doubted the talent that our team has and the ability they have. I think it was just more up here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm your therapist, bro. I'm here for you now.
Listen, you're a shaman, my shaman, yeah. That's good for me. I'm talking about the players' mentality, though. Like we're starting to see a shift now. We're starting to see a shift in the mentality, which is good, which is what we need to see right now.
I think we're going to go on and hopefully win this tournament, like this one at least.
Is everyone excited for Spurs though? Because we all know Man City's getting Brentford, fam. You know what I'm saying?
He always seems to get dirt easy draws in this, if that makes sense. But do you know what? A final against City or a final against Tottenham, it just has so many layers to it story-wise. Because if it's Jose, it's the first trophy he won for us. It could be the first one he wins for Spurs. Like, that would be a very romantic final. Although I wouldn't mind Brentwood in the final, to be honest with you. Like, that would be the perfect draw because I know they're a decent team, but you'd fancy Man United 11 on a one-off game to be able to beat them. Indiana's with us as well. Indiana, bro, your guy Cavani, you backed him from day one as well. A little bit of a nutcase when it comes to choke slamming. Man like me in the park today, but he scores a tremendous goal on his left peg, and actually probably the hardest chance he had of the night as well, if that makes sense.
This is what top players do. Now, I asked every Chelsea fan to take a bet with me over him and Tiny, right? And nobody would take the bet. And now I understand why. Because even when you're missing chances, you can still have a moment of brilliance. Like, that was an outstanding goal. That was a great strike. People are saying he's done. He's not done. He runs his ass off every game. He's chasing down balls. He's getting into positions.
Facts.
He's creative. Like, this is an old man who then moved over to the right wing.
He's 2 years younger than me. Hush, isn't it?
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying is why are Chelsea in the conversation? We are not. Do you not all remember what happened to Chelsea against Everton? Like,
they lost, didn't it?
Yeah, badly.
They did, and listen, I'm believing more and more. Cam, they're the super chat, by the way. I want to read that out because it was a respectful £10. He says it's funny the same fans that were Ollie out 12 months ago are the same fans getting into Arsenal and Arteta. 12 months time, Arsenal will be top of the league, the championship. Ollie out, Arteta in. Do you know what? One of the romantic reasons, and the draw's about to start, so we're going to do that live on the air and let you all know what's going on. But do you know one of the romantic things as to why I want Ollie to succeed, aside from me wanting my club to win all the trophies and him being a Man United legend? I've never seen a manager in my lifetime at an elite club on the brink of being sacked, literally turn it round into quality form and win things. I don't remember a Chelsea manager, a Liverpool manager, a United. Well, United haven't ever done that in my lifetime. Like, I've never seen that happen where it's like no one wants him and then they go on to do it. I'm not saying he's going to go on and have a dynasty like Fergie did, because that would be a crazy claim. But I don't know. I just like the idea of history repeating itself at our great historic football club, and I hope he can do it. I was
going to say,
remember this, but you know, even after Fergie won the treble and that whole Invincibles era, you know, the papers were calling, you know, like they were saying, yeah, Fergie's done. You know, during, you know, Invincibles and Chelsea era, yeah, they were like, look, it's a wrap. Fergie's done.
I remember living. I was living in Manchester in between late part of 03. So Man United are ball number 2. No, Man City are ball 2. Spurs 3. Man United 4. We're gonna do the draw. It's literally coming out now. So we're gonna do this.
1 and 4. 1 and 4. Please.
First ball out is number 4. Man United at home. Man United are at Old Trafford. Man United are at Old Trafford. And
we're gonna get Spurs, aren't we?
It is ball number 2. Ball number 2. It's Manchester United versus Manchester City in the semi-final. It's a derby at Old Trafford. And by the way, Tottenham are going to a final.
They're going to a final.
They've got to play
a final here.
Wait, Josh in the group chat.
And it's at White Hart Lane as well. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
Yeah. Josh in the group chat called it. He said that the Jose Judge is going to kick in and they're going to get Brentford, fam.
It's a really good draw for Tottenham. There's no doubt about it. Do you know what I like about this as well? This game is going to be played very soon. It's played the week commencing the 4th of January.
Oh, that's good.
And United are in good form still. And I think that's imperative, because if this was another 2 or 3 months, you never know the form you're going to be in. And our home form hopefully is going to turn around now. So that's Man United, Man City, another derby, but it's one leg this time. And
it's going to be good.
I'm going to stand a bit controversial here. The hardest game is going to be our semi-final. I don't think playing Spurs or playing... I know Spurs beat us 6-1.
Spurs will be a tough game, because I'll tell you why it'll be a tough game. Because they're going to sit on the counter. Let's get that straight. They're going to sit on the counter in that final if we get there. Or actually, even if we don't get there, they're still going to sit on the counter against Man City. And it's Jose in a final. You tell me how many finals has Jose lost?
He hasn't.
There we go.
I embrace that. Imagine Solskjær, the PE teacher. Come on, man. Fans, you've all got to sit there. Even if you hate Ole, right? You've got to want that. You got to imagine being the first manager in the history of football beat Jose in a final. It is epic.
If he beats Pep and then Jose, I'm sorry. At that point,
that would be mad.
Pep and Jose, that's it. Like
3-year contract.
That would be. Yes, I know. You gotta take it. If we can beat Pep and then go and beat Jose, that right there will be the pedigree that he. That's the.
You know what's mad?
I'll make a little thing now. If he beats both those guys and wins the Carabao Cup, and then goes on to win the league, I will get Ole Gunnar Solskjær's face tattooed on my body with Ole at the wheel underneath it. I'll get it tattooed on my body. I will do that now if he does that.
I'd be more impressed if Aaron said it.
Are Spurs now favourites for the trophy? Is that what we're saying?
They have to be.
Probably.
Yeah.
So that means, do you think bottle job Spurs will kick in again?
Absolutely.
Not with Jose.
It's true. Jose had lost the final. He lost the FA Cup final against Chelsea with us, didn't he?
Yeah, with us. Yeah.
Phil Jones lost the FA Cup.
Yeah.
That was my mind.
Yo,
I remember that.
I'm gonna fill alone, man.
All right, bro. Speak to you soon, mate. Take care. No, it wasn't him. It was that bum Pogba for not going that header in the last minute. Wink. It's a joke for anyone gets their knickers in.
Everyone's face was so serious when you said that.
No, you know what I was gonna say. You know the best thing about this game for me, I said we made the 9 changes and the team was so good, but a lot of the criticism that Solskjær gets, and it's such a reach these days because the results are so good that there's nothing really to criticize other than your personal preference about the way Man United play. So even those people today can't be complaining. The last two games, Leeds and today. You can't complain about the way we played. From minute 1, we had our foot on the ball and we took the game to the opposition. And obviously, one's at home to Leeds who are kind of flying at you, and people say, they were the perfect opposition for us. Then we got Everton who was sitting off. So in 1 week, with two different teams, the same manager, we've beaten comfortably. Let's get it straight. Today was a deserved victory that we just took too long to put to bed. Let's get that don't get it twisted. Two different teams, two different styles, and we dominated both of those games. I don't even want the only thing really now that you can beat a stick over Solskjaer as a Manchester United manager is that he hasn't won a trophy. That's the only thing.
That's pretty much it.
The goalpost will be moved, only.
You're all right. Yeah, but listen,
I'm putting it right back. When they move, I'm putting it right back.
That's what I was about to say. It's down to communities like us. We will call Ole a bad manager when he's doing a bad job, but it's down to communities like us to fight back against the communities that just want to be negative and put the facts out there. And speaking of facts, iTest, phone into the show. I'm sharing the link in the comment section. Now, phone in, brother. You came on here 6 weeks ago telling us that Ancelotti should come in instantly and replace Ole. Ole's beaten him twice in 49 days, bruv. And not just beating him, it's 5-1 on aggregate. Battered him and they had fans tonight. Where are you, iTest? Your club are through to a semi-final. Your team's improving. You should be happy. Come here and tell me, look, Ancelotti, respect him. I really do. But these are the little things that get ignored when it comes to Ole. Ole's meant to be a terrible manager. His record against elite level managers has been pretty
tops.
And it can still improve. I want it to still get better, but it's been brilliant. Josh here says the gas is brilliant. Typical United win of old. It's still Carabao Cup, but silverware is silverware. Listen, Man United winning this trophy in 2006, I think, was a springboard to that success we had after that. He taught that new group how to win. And speaking of Josh, he's in the chat room now. Josh, mate, what do you want to say to myself and the panel? Let's go.
The Reds go marching on. A very good win of old. I love the entire thing. I don't care if it's bloody Johnson's paint trophy or fucking Community Shield. It's brilliant. Let's get this going. All he needs is silverware, and if he knocks out Pep and Jose, let's say it, Ole in. I'll put my hands up and say that, because that's the start of something, I reckon.
No, I hear that completely. Josh, you're a legend. Thank you for all your contributions, mate. We'll speak to you again soon. We're going to throw Kid City in now. The Man City fan, Kid City. What you saying, bruv?
No, you're all right, Terry. We always get the easy draws. You're right.
Well done.
Are you nervous about playing this current Man United team?
Not really. It's because it's the Carabao Cup. Like, as a fan, of course, you always want to win other trophies, but we've won this trophy the past 3 seasons. Like, I'm kind of tired of it, to be honest. This is like Pep's like plan. Like, if we don't win anything, he always has the Carabao Cup. Kind of saves his job a little bit. But like, if we lose now, it'll probably be embarrassing because it's to Man United. But so of course now I want to win it more than ever.
But this not embarrassing because it's a derby's losing in a derby is not embarrassing. You know what I mean? We're the rivals, so it is what it is. 2, you basically just said, I am bored of winning the Carabao Cup. So if you guys want to beat us, you can. Not
that I'm bored of winning the cup. It's just that it's like his excuse. Like, when we win nothing, we always have the Carabao Cup. I feel like it's an excuse. Like, oh, we won a trophy. Like, we won a trophy. It's not really.
But that's what he's there
for. You guys need trophies on your resume, man. City doesn't have
enough.
enough.
But I understand, like, if you keep winning the Carabao Cup unless I've misunderstood what you said, you keep winning the Carabao Cup every year with no Champions League.
Yeah, it's been 3 seasons in a row.
You're joking. What are you doing? Carabao Cup and you get knocked out to Leon. Get out of there, man.
That's my point.
People would have more respect for him if he won nothing than winning the Carabao Cup and not winning the Champions League, because it's a little it's a get out. It's a get out.
I want to get that. Kid City, thank you for calling the show and all your contributions, mate. A lot of people in the comments saying Cavani red card. No. Seen the replay, watch it. He grabs the guy's shirt and pushes him over. That isn't striking a man. That isn't considered violent conduct. He isn't lucky. I've watched it back. I thought he was in real time. No, not a red card in my opinion. And listen, half you man moaning about Cavani not getting sent off are the same people that cry every week. VAR's ruining football. I don't want to hear the nonsense. Either shut your mouth about VAR, shut your claw up, bruv, or shut your mouth now, bruv. Simple as that. We're gonna throw Brittany Blue on. This is always colourful. Brittany Blue, what are you saying?
I'm gonna just say 2 things. The Man City fans being arrogant. There's 2 things Jose Mourinho does not like, and that is losing to Arsenal Football Club and losing to Pep Guardiola. So it's not going to be as easy as you think it is. And y'all got to the semifinal, missed that penalty. So y'all did great. 9 chases, 9 changes. Y'all still beat them. Yeah, so beat Everton. I'll give that to you. But just now, keep the same energy. Lampard did the same thing. Make no changes. Beat Seville, the only team to do that just now. Just saying, at
But
Seville.
how have you turned this into a Chelsea thing? What?
Everyone just lost to
Everyone
Chelsea.
love me,
Who
everyone.
did Chelsea draw in the semi-final?
No, she's saying.
Wait, Brittany. Who did Chelsea draw in the semis?
He's taking shots. He's taking
Ashburn
names.
is on.
That's what I want to know. Who did Chelsea draw in the semis? That's
Okay,
what I want to
but
know.
I'm gonna give it to y'all. Y'all made it. Y'all made it to the semi-final. We did it.
Yep.
No, but Leaks asked you a question though. Seriously.
What's the question?
Who did Chelsea draw in the Carabao Cup semi-final?
We didn't get to it.
Oh, okay.
That's a shame. Anyway, we move.
Listen, Brittany, thank you so much as ever for calling the show. Have a nice day, darling. Speak to you again. Thank you. Next up, look, he's sitting there. This man doesn't know what it's like to have a team that's competitive in domestic trophies. It's a man like Samuel, the Liverpool fan, there sitting there. Samuel? Are you starting to get scared of how good Man United again?
Listen, I come here to congratulate you, Lord. I come here to congratulate you, Lord. It shows that I don't care. Because that's why I'm congratulating you. It shows that I don't care. But yeah, well done. But it's just so funny how Man United fans, they were laughing at us when we won the League Cup in 2012 and they said it's nothing. And now they're saying it's something now. So it is what it is. But well done, innit?
Bruv, that's called rivalry, mate. You know what I mean?
I love how Sam was saying he didn't care with that one tear going down his face, fam.
I don't care. I
don't care.
Listen, we're in Champions League, which you don't know about. We're in Champions League, which you don't know about. We're top of the table, which you wouldn't know about. So it is what it is. Hey, that's dead back now. That's dead back now. That's dead back now.
And yeah, listen. I mean, how do you think Man United will get on the semi-final against City?
Do you know what's so mad? I actually think you beat Man City. I think you beat Man City because the way Man City are playing right now and the way they set up, you are very well equipped to beat them. So I think you win them.
Mate, I hope so. Samuel, mate, we'll chat to you again soon, bro. Speak to you again in a bit. Do you know, if I win the lottery, I am supplying that guy 2 years for free. Broadband, bro, because he speaks a lot of sense. You just can never hear him. We're going to share the link again to call into the show. We're going to have Ash, who I think is pronounced on next. What you saying?
Hello, Terry. Can you hear me?
I'm very good. Who do you support, bruv?
I support United, Terry.
Tell me what you're thinking. Through to a semi-final. Ollie's flying. United are flying. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, there are two things that I want to mention. First is that Cavani. As a signing, I think he's brilliant. No one expected it, to be honest. A majority of United fans were saying he's last-minute signing. He's not something that would actually lift us. But if he stays fit till the end of the season, I think he's something that we should look out for. Because another season with him, I don't think so. He's a bad striker to have around young guys like Greenwood and Marshall. And second thing I want to mention is that Ollie, since last season, I think he has improved a lot. Because in such crunch games, we used to lose a lot before. Like if you roll it back to 3 years. But now in such typical games where till 86th minute, 85th minute, if you're 0-0, we're trying to convert these games into 1-0, 2-0, which I think if you want to win something during a season, you need to win these games.
I hear you. Listen, I hear you, bro. That's a great points being made. And I think he's right. There's no doubt. I know that the Ollie fence sitters and the Ollie outers don't like hearing it. They hate the facts, but they most certainly, he has improved in the last 12 months. And the irony in all of that is you can't demand the manager improve, say he's whack, say he's crap. He then improves to a level where he's outperforming every other team in England. And at the very least, not say, oh, look, I appreciate the fact he's improved. There's nothing. And when I put those stats out, I put the league table out since we got beat 6-1 by Tottenham. Again, another very pivotal moment where fans were like, that's enough. He can't survive it. We did about 4 shows in the lead up that 2-week period of the international break around, if he doesn't win enough of his next 4 or 5 games, he could be gone. The media were telling us we were in meetings with Maurizio Pochettino and stuff. For him to turn it around and be the best team in England from that point domestically is just astronomical. And I don't think a real Man United fan right now is praising Ole. If I mean it sincerely, if you're a Man United fan, or you say you're a United fan and you're not happy with what Ole's done in the last 10, 12, 13 games, you don't support the football club, or your agenda is so you're ill, bruv. You can't not be happy. When you think about it logically, you can't not be happy with the improvements since that point.
I want to ask the panel when you a question though. You see, we had a fantastic game, yeah? Got it. Fantastic. Up until about 66 minutes when he made the change, yeah? All right, changes came on. We looked a little bit rocky. What do you, man, think about this Luke Shaw coming up? Because my Ole out guy messaged me telling me, and I know he's watching the game, bruv, yeah? Listen, Ole in all day, bruv, yeah? But let me tell you, he messaged me saying, this is what I don't get about Ole. Yeah, and it pisses me off and all of this.
It was a strange substitution because the game could have gone to penalties. And obviously Terrace is a very good penalty taker. However, Terrace hasn't really completed a game for us this season, and maybe there was a couple times when he got beaten down his left hand side as the game was progressing. So maybe Solskjær was like, I can't even risk him getting beaten again because we may concede a goal. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think it's that. I think he's just managing his time. So he's managing his time on the pitch. I think also.
Yeah, but it was I have to disagree. I have to disagree with that. I think generally because I think Neeks is right. Like he was looking a bit fragile on the left hand side, and Ole was probably thinking, "Yo, we can still win this game with the forward line we've got." That's the weakest side right now because Axel was great. Nothing really was happening down Axel's side. That's the weakest side right now. Let me shore that up, and then we can shore it up. Pun and that. Let me bolster that area with Luke Shaw, who's fitter. He's fit right now. He's fresh legs, and we can go forward. And I'm not really scared of the counter, which was a fine move in the end.
It felt like he was playing for the draw.
Yeah.
To be honest, it felt like he had conceded that we might be going for a draw, and he didn't want to concede a late goal, and that did bother me a bit because Terrace is one of. But at the end of the day, like
hindsight is that lucrative commodity that we always speak about, and if he doesn't make that change, there was a moment where Terrace went in for a tackle.
Yeah, Coleman,
and he should be winning that, and he got bullied off, and he looks exhausted. If he keeps him on and then gets stripped, and he's blowing out his ass, and they score from it. Those same Ole outers moan that we didn't take him off. We kept. At the end of the day, this is how you know if someone's got an agenda as opposed to anything else. Aaron's a great example here. Aaron will say, "Don't like this." And then it goes well, and Aaron will say, I was wrong about that. It didn't work out. Me and KJ are saying it. We doubted the Cavani signing. We're now saying it looks like a really good bit of business. We got it wrong. Not YouTubers and such, but Ole outers are not like that. Ole outers are like, this substitution is stupid, ridiculous, dumb. Within 5 minutes of it happening, we score 2 goals and win the game, and it's silence. You don't hear a word from them. Those people, and not that your friend's your friend, but on a football opinion level, they're not worth listening to because there's no point in having a conversation with. They're a brick. They're a literal brick. You can't change anything about them. So why debate them? Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, 100%.
People always say to me, why don't you get Rance on to debate the Ole out thing? Listen, I've got a lot of time and respect for Rance and what he does. But he has said that if Ole wins a treble, he won't support him. So what's the point of me trying to... I can't convince Rance. So why would I have a debate with him about it? It isn't because he'll beat me or I'll beat him. No one wins because I can't. I'm not going to try and change someone's mind who's that unyielding. Equally, when I hear someone like Saeed's another example, we had a conversation with Saeed. He flip flops every week whether the board is the worst thing or the manager is the worst thing, depending on whether it's Paul Pogba involved or not. But I've got no energy to debate them anymore. Not in a horrible way. I respect them as people, but it's like they've got their opinions. You're not changing it. But equally, if someone does what your mate Alfie just did there is no point listening to their footballing opinion because they show themselves to be biased. I've said in the past, like, this player's not going to be a good signing, killed it. I predicted us to come 7th this season. If I get that wrong, I say I was dead wrong. I don't have enough narcissism or arrogance to be scared to say that I'm wrong or change my opinion. Strong people change opinions. We're going to throw some people on here. Zach here says, I don't know what Zach says, actually. He's calling in. What are you saying, Zach?
Yo, man, then just before Zach goes,
isn't it?
All right, brother.
Take it easy, Bob.
Take care, mate. Thank you, bro. What are you saying, Zach?
Just getting worse and worse for Arsenal fans at the minute. Man, I see Man United do well. When at the start of the season, we were meant to be in like the same situation, the board and that. But then the thing is, you guys have the better players and a better manager, of course, yeah. And on Sunday, I messaged for Arsenal fans on Saturday, yeah. Even if we win, which is like 1% likely, yeah. Please don't do what you did after Man United win. Please don't. Yeah, don't get gassed. Because the same thing will happen. I want this fraud gone, yeah. This manager, I want him out, bro.
Yeah, this guy's so Spanish fool, man. But anyway, big up to you, though,
It's
yeah.
gonna happen. That's what
Zach, take your time with it. Zach, take your time.
Yeah, and another point. I have another point. Yeah, why does every time I get bantered online, why does like DT and Igal, why do they represent the whole fan base? What they say, it just comes now everyone's just saying, oh look, you said that. You said that.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing we can
fair.
say to you, there's the only thing we can say to you is the game is the game, baby.
Absolutely.
I want to ask a question to the Arsenal fans, not just yourself. But if you got an answer, then fantastic. Yeah? But you might want to move your TV or something, no? Because I can hear myself. Anyway, would you take Ollie right now?
Of course I would. This guy on time.
Yeah, there we go. Zach said it straight up, bro. Zach, thank you for coming on and having your say, mate. Loads of people giving it in the comments. Listen, I like I said before, when it comes to people like Rants and Saeed, they're entitled to their opinions. I respect them as YouTubers. There's no doubt about it. My point is, me as an individual, I respect people that change their opinions and but then admit they're wrong behind the scenes. And do you know what I will say about Rants? I actually think Rants, I can see it in his tweets and stuff recently. He's starting to come around to the idea of Ollie as well, but he's just holding back a little bit before he goes all in.
He's the opposite of DT, where DT's holding on to Arteta, not going out. Whereas Rant is holding on to Ollie out as long as he can.
Yeah, but I also know with Rants, because I know him fairly well, I think when he changes his mind, he'll admit that he got it wrong. Because he admitted when he got it wrong for saying Ollie is the man in the first place. So, like, Ollie will do that. Rants will do that. I'm just talking about those people you see. Your friend maybe, well, I've got a mate like it as well that hates Ollie, always to hate him. He won't ever change his mind. And what will happen is if Ollie kills it, does something really big for us, he'll just go silent for 6 months, 9 months talking football, and then suddenly try and turn up like he's always been part of the group. Does that make sense? He'll just turn up slyly one day and start joining in. I won't be allowing that. We've got man like Rome with us. Man like Rome is back. What you saying, brother?
Yo, I got two things to say, yo. Firstly, big up Solskjær on that Luke Shaw substitution, bro. Yeah, I don't even know that was an attacking substitution. Right? If you think about it, Luke Shaw, our attack is more fluent and Luke Shaw is playing right there on that on the left-hand side. Our attack is more fluent when he's playing right there with Martial right there on the side. We weren't going forward as fluent as we would have with Terrace. Remember, he wasn't getting past that half line. He wasn't swinging the balls in as much as he would have. In that second half, yeah. So I'm saying, don't let them man come on here talking about what's going on with that Luke Shaw substitution. That was an attacking substitution for us to win that game when he was 0-0. That's all that was. That's how I see it. And secondly, Man United finished the game, didn't concede. That's my baby. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I was looking for my
That's my son. Yeah, I'm saying Man United could finish the game and didn't concede, bro. So that means we're back like John Wick. You feel me?
Yeah, I love that. Do you have faith from that? Do you have faith that Man United could go on to win this tournament and then go on to bigger and better things in the league?
You know what? I was saying the other day on my channel, like, yo, there's a good chance that we can finish the 2020 on top of the league. And it's not looking that good so far, but I think we can still pull it off. I mean, it's 2020, worst things have happened, right? And we can get past Man City, because you saw that last game they played. They played one of the strongest teams they had, and they still look like half shit. So I'm just saying, I see Man City right now in the same disgust. You know, when you get up off a toilet, you take a dump, and you look back and you're like, ugh. That's how I think of Man City right now, bro. I'm letting you know right now. Man shitty. That's who they are. They're man shitty, bro.
I got mental pictures now. Rome, brother, listen, I appreciate you as ever coming on the show and having your say, big man. Big up yourself. We'll chat to you again properly soon. Take care, mate.
Harry, I was just going to say quickly, there's another thing that people like to speak about Solskjær. It's a part of the rhetoric as to why you are Ollie out. He has no style of play. Look at the back end of the season, from when we came up from lockdown, right up until basically to the end of the season. There was a distinct style of play, the way he wanted his team play. Whether we executed every game is one thing or another. Whether when we made a lot of changes and the weaker players came on, whether they were able to execute it or substitutions ruined the flow, that's another matter. But we saw when the first 11 were out there, this is the way that he wants to play. And it was consistent game after game. I was saying to KJ in the matches on a different topic, it's actually about him playing youth, but it relates to this, where I said the start of the season was so bad for certain reasons, fitness, whatever. And was so bad that he had to kind of reset. He had to start again and not able to just go out and play the free-flowing football that he wants, the Matic, Pogba, Bruno, Greenwood, etc. as the front three. And he had to say, McTominay, Fred, I need some help. We need to solidify this and start again. And I think the start of the season threw a lot of things out of kilter. Certain players that he wanted to play, whether it's Van der Beek playing more minutes, whether it's young players playing more minutes, and just playing in a more attacking way. And I think what he's done, we've seen gradually from that Newcastle game, the first game from international break, slowly, the team, whichever team he puts out, are being more progressive going forward, creating more chances. We just need to take the more chances like we did against Leeds, and we finally did today. So I think when it comes to style of play, I mean, you don't want to see a style of play if you don't believe he's got one. But for me, when the best players are out there, it's very clear.
You know what it comes down to? Sometimes it's just that we all do this in life to people, singers or whatever, colleagues, sort of loose friends. You ever had a friend, maybe women don't do it the same way. I know men certainly do. You have a guy in the group who you just you dislike and you hate. And sometimes you wait for the most stupid thing they say for you to kick off with them. And you're not really kicking off because of that one thing they've said, but you're just looking for something to trigger. Like I've had that
wish a mother would.
Yeah. It's like that. A little thing that you wouldn't normally be triggered by, but you can use that as the excuse to have a pop at them. And that's how I feel Ole is. People want to throw things out. Nicole here with a great comment says, Leeds have got a style of play and they're in 14th. Pepper's got a style of play and hasn't won the Champions League in how long? You adapt to each match. And this is like this kind of prescribed style of play. People say we don't have one. We don't have a formation. But we do, because you moan every week about the 4-2-3-1 being used. And then tonight was an interesting one because there was elements of diamond and element of 4-2-3-1. But that's normal. That's the fluidity that Ole has, a fluid style of play. Our biggest issue tonight, even though we won 2-0, was the lack of clinical edge when we were on top. Because, Cavani should have scored a goal or two earlier on in the game. Pogba was unlucky. Bruno was unlucky. On another game, we would have been 2 or 3-0 up in 20 minutes.
But
you can't be almost unbeaten in 12 months away from home. No style of play.
And Terry, I think today was we need to give a little credit to the way Everton was desperately defending, though. Like I was saying that it's like these men were diving at everybody. Everybody was diving.
Do you guys
it was
feel
impressive
like
defensively.
at the start of that game? Do you guys feel like Ancelotti kind of set them up to be like, "Your boys, if we win, we win. We lose." Because I didn't especially for the first.
There was no energy.
There's no energy. Like literally, we would have the ball in our half with the centre back. So normally that's what I'm expecting.
KJ, but this is how it's supposed to be. Manchester United are supposed to strike fair into opposition, and they dare come out of their half. The way we destroyed Leeds on the weekend is supposed to send fair. That if you get Richarlison, you get Iwobi and Calvert-Lewin past our centre back running at our back four, we are gonna break on you like a mother. That's what it's supposed to do.
And they weren't doing it. And they said, throughout the game, the midfielders weren't in the game because they were either too deep or they were too high at times. But they didn't want to commit anybody else forward to the attacks. And United do have to try and strike fear in people. And there's another thing I'm noticing about this team, and I want it to continue, and this will breed the consistency, is the competitiveness. Because what I'm seeing, and I will praise Paul Pogba here because he's the guy that's maligned a lot for this. There was no sign of him today of showing any kind of disrespect to the club, not working hard, not fighting. He pulled out of a tackle with the Corey, but he's done that when he's been a first teamer regularly starting. He does that. He isn't the kind of player that's going to crunch into a tackle. But overall, he had a good game. There is no signs of him shying away from playing, even though he isn't right now, in my opinion. If we played Liverpool away on Saturday, he isn't in the starting lineup, in my opinion. And he's still playing well. And winning like we did on Saturday is then great for these matches because you make 9 changes and all those players coming in they're going, right, I'm going to fight hard to try and break back into that proper first team, if that makes sense, the starting lineup in the big games. That's what Liverpool have got bang on right now. And City had it for a while. They've gone for broil a little bit, but they were like brilliant for 3 years where it was just uber competitive.
When you play,
you want to get to a stage where you've got 5-6 people that are playing brilliantly, but they still can't get a start. That just scared your opponents. And when you feel, oh my God, we've got through 60, 70 minutes. Oh, we're still at 0-0. Oh, look who's coming on now. Marshall coming on.
In the interview with Troy Deeney,
win the game.
In the interview with Troy Deeney when they played us, I think when they won 2-0, but Troy Deeney was on United stand during lockdown. He said they were at a position where they was winning, they were tired, and then he said he looked across, he was like, "Oh, come on!" He saw Paul Pogba coming on because he knew what he would bring. So we have that.
And Pogba created 2 chances in that game that we could have scored from. Very good chances. We could have equalised in that game. Or maybe won it. Yeah, and I think that this is what we need more of. And I still think we need to buy more, and I still think we need to grow this squad. And then there are youngsters that are going to get better. You know, for me, the Greenwoods of this world are going to become better, and Rashford still, they're going to become even better football players than they are right now. And that fears it. And not being funny, Liverpool have had that for a while now, and I don't think even the most passionate United fan would lie that going away to Anfield or playing Liverpool in the last couple of years has been a scary notion, especially with where we've been compared to where they are.
I was going to say, Terry, like a lot of fans say this stuff where, this person never turned up against us. It never turns up against when they play Liverpool or Man City, but they always turn up at Old Trafford. They always, whether it's like a opposition goalkeeper or a forward, whatever they always have the game of their life when they play Man United. That's because in the past 7 years, we have been so weak that every player has come there like, yeah, we're gonna get a win at Old Trafford. We ain't won here. This club ain't won here in 50 years. Today is the day because that man can't defend, that man can't score, they can't do. But there's a fear that they go to Anfield knowing that no one's beaten them for I don't know how many 60+ games now, that they kind of resign to defeat before they get on the pitch. So they're just sitting back like lambs to a slaughter. And that is where Man United need to be. And when we got the counter-attacking that we have, people are forced to sit back. Now we need to continue to break them down.
That's the younger generation that have, that have only maybe been aware of football in terms of have good memory surrounding it for the last, say, 4 or 5 years. Don't understand that in the Fergie era, that's how it was. People, barring a couple of clubs this season, people came to Old Trafford and they lost before they walked out onto the pitch. And the amount of pros that you read their books or you watch interviews, and they just said, "Yeah, we had no belief that we would win, and it's why we won so many games late." And that's another thing we're doing at the minute. We're winning games late. We've got that relentlessness back. And listen, I'm not going to get over carried away. I think we can win this. I think we can win this trophy. We're in the semi-final. I want us to do it, of course. I'm still not saying we're in a title race yet. I stand by it. But what I will say is there has been improvement. Now my ask is to say, let's take this bit of consistency and let's double it up. Let's do this again for the next 4 or 5 away games. Maybe not win all of them in the league because I don't know if anyone's ever won 12 away games on the bounce. That would be ridiculous, maybe. But maybe we can go another 5-6 away games without defeat. Maybe draw away, maybe even nickel. Imagine winning away at Anfield in a few weeks. A result like that again, I think, could change the hearts and minds of so many fans. It would be huge as well.
All of a sudden, that Anfield game is exciting. And you know what? Honestly, if you can spot one weakness so far that they've shown maybe early on in the season, maybe it's because of their injuries, but they haven't been that good away from home. We hadn't been that good at home in the beginning. Hence the reason why we're very comparatively, if we win that game in hand, there's only 2 points between us right now. Yeah. And I know Leeds was a different proposition to what a home game is. They just gave us all the space in the world. I get that. Yeah. But we get that home form right. And if they so continue that dodgy, I know they got 7 at Palace. I get that. But if they face another tough away game, I think what one of the man them was saying earlier when they said by the end of 2020 we might just get carried away. I get it, but I'm trying to get carried away. I'm trying to get gas, bro.
They look like the Liverpool that we saw against Fulham. And more. Rome said there's a good proposition there because the Fulham version of what we saw was a Liverpool that should be taken by any top side. And they have had that up and down form. And it's kind of like City where you're sitting there. I show the most respect to City on this channel probably because I do think Pep is a scary proposition, but watching them recently, because I've been watching them pretty closely, these two teams right now, we've been talking about it for years, the transition, the when's United going to get back to that point where they're challenging those two teams. We are on the cusp. We are witnessing the cusp of when that transition might be taking hold, where Rashford's coming of age, where Martial's getting a little bit older. We have the grown men in with Cavani and Terrace. We brought in some veterans. So we're on that cusp. If we can just get these next 2 games, the game against City, if we can get that game against Anfield, just a result, just a draw, that cusp, we're over it, in my opinion. It's now.
I understand and I love what you guys are saying right now. I think for me, this cusp that you're talking about isn't actually Liverpool. the Liverpool game isn't the one. It is the build up towards that.
Yeah.
It's the Leicester, it's the Wolves, it's the Villa. If we come out of that run with at least 7 points, then we can. I think that's when you're like, right, this is.
Yeah,
this
and
is
I think you're right, KJ. There are those moments where we bring this show to a close. Get through this Christmas period in a good position to go into that Liverpool game. Go there and win. Say we go into that game 5 points behind Liverpool, 4 points behind Liverpool, and we beat them. And I'm just throwing that out there as a scenario. I think that could inject so much belief into these players that it could be that springboard that's required. But again, these are all if buts and maybes. Actually, these are not if buts and maybes. These are the things that need to happen to springboard the team. If they don't do it, if we lose to Leicester on Boxing Day, draw with Wolves, draw with I think it's Villa we play after that or whatever. The Liverpool game is always going to be important because it's Liverpool, but the result to an extent becomes inconsequential because we've already dropped those points. We're already kind of out of it.
Well, it's for me to believe and to get behind the title race. Because remember, I know we're at December, but we ain't played all Christmas. We ain't played 19 games, usually around the 18 games or so. So it's still about 4 or 5 games off that. Obviously, we got a game in hand. For me, if we match Liverpool's results over this Christmas period or the points tally, then for me, I go into that Liverpool game saying we're in a title race. Now, unless we get absolutely smoked by them 5-0 at Anfield, I can still leave that game saying we're in a title race because we would be 5 points behind having played the same amount of games if we match their results up until that point. And 5 points at the end of January, for me, it's a title race, especially as you come back into Europe. We're playing Europa League. So I expect if we're in a title race, Ollie's going to rest in Europe. Liverpool's in the Champions League. They have to play their strongest team in both competitions. That could give us an edge if we can match the results of the Christmas period. Until the Christmas period is over, I'm just going to say one game.
I think you're absolutely right with that. I really do. But gents, thank you all for joining us. Everybody who's tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every one of you. Congratulations to Man United, and Tottenham today, and commiserations to Stoke and I can't remember the other team we played today. Everton. Respectively. Do me a big favor and smash that like button. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, but we still will be back with more content.
You got later tonight, bruv.
Oh, yes, Midnight Vibes. I forgot about that. In just over an hour. I forgot it was Wednesday because it's holiday time. And listen, until then, everyone, take care of yourselves. Be back in an hour's time for Midnight Vibes. It's 2,000 watching. Come back in an hour. It's a 2-hour long show. Amazing show. Great guests. Be back in 1 hour's time. Until then, take care. Goodbye. God bless you.